like until then, like it's gonna be the same. They're gonna think we're just knuckleheads, man.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It is.
Because at the end of the day, he's still gonna be a lawyer.
We still doing our thing.
You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like one of the big things too is like realizing like this game is finite. I keep bringing it back to the Lord, but I can't help it. It's like I don't want to say. I would say I stopped playing football abruptly. I didn't really plan on stopping, and then I stopped. And it's been like that for other people, and I struggle because it's like I've been playing football. Say I was 20 for 15 years, and that's been such a big part of who I am. And I didn't really take the time to root myself in something that is worthwhile. I was rooting myself in something that was finite, that was going to end, because it's going to end for everybody eventually. And if you're not rooted in something that is infinite, which is the Lord, it's like you're going to feel that emptiness, and it's going to hurt when you have to separate from something that's defined who you are for such a long time. So that's why it's so important not to define ourselves by worldly things, but how the Lord defines us as His children. Like, and without that, I don't know where I'd be, because it was a dark time. Like, I played football 15 years now. Now I'm done. I didn't get to choose to be done. Like Ronnie said, I don't want to play no more. DG's getting the transfer. I walked in the office and said, we're not bringing you back. I said, I didn't think that was going to happen. Okay, cool. Like, I'm going home and I'm not coming back. What am I going to do with all this time? Because football is 6 to 6. And then you go home, do a little homework, eat. On the weekends, you at the game. Sunday, they got running back practice. They really got no days off. I'll sacrifice time with my friends, with my family. And then all of a sudden it's over. What am I going to do? Like, but that's why we got to be rooted in something that's so much deeper than the finite, which is what we see.
And I'm glad you brought that up. And I want to ask for a little vulnerability. And like, just with that situation, you know, what can you say? Like, how can you relate to somebody who might be in a situation similar to that? You know, it might not be the specifics with football and ending abruptly, but you know, just a lot of things in life, and just you know, kind of what you had envisioned for yourself. You know, finishing your career in Georgia Tech, playing football, whatever, and that didn't happen. At like what moment, or like, was there a specific thing that, like, I know you mentioned the Lord, but like anything else, any advice that you could give to somebody who has been in this, or just maybe having a change like that?
I would say, like, you have to be a good soldier in that sense. We're going to experience things on this earth that we have to just take on head on, experience it, grow, and learn, because I'm going to get another opportunity in another facet of life that I've been working for my entire life. And leading up, there were things I could have done differently. You go back and look at what you did, what you could have done differently, and you learn and change your character based upon that. And I would say also, it's like, that is a finite situation also. Like, it's going to end. There's light at the end of the tunnel for every situation, regardless of how long the tunnel seems. Like, I got cut, okay, cool, but I'm out of that now, and I'm so blessed to be where I am. But it really just teaches you, like I said, you're so much more than an athlete.
There you go.
You are loved and created by the ultimate creator. And it's like, you get caught up in like, dang, I'm going to lose all the social status. I'm losing all of the, I got free food. I'm losing a bunch of free food. I'm losing a bunch of free clothes. But I'm, like Dalen said, I'm going to reap more than I ever imagined at the end of the day. And that's such a blessing, because at some point you just got to take it. Like, it's tough, but you just got to be like, yes, sir, and keep it pushing, because that's what the good soldiers do.
Yeah, and I really appreciate it. But definitely, and Dalen kind of mentioned this earlier. Man, I lost my chain of thought. I don't know. Where should we pick up, though?
So, let me ask you. So, like, I'm moving to sports. The Bills, like, with Josh Allen. I watched your video about you talking about Josh Allen, and I saw a comment, bro. It was like, can you speak a little more on the Josh Allen? Like, it would really make me feel better as a Bills fan, seeing I can relate with somebody. So it was like, how do you move on from that, the same outcome 4 years in a row? How can you continually find it in yourself to support that franchise, or if you're just a Josh Allen fan, support Josh Allen?
Deeper than Josh Allen now.
Yeah.
He balls out, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely tough. It's definitely rough. And I'm right now I'm kind of in a stage of denial where I really don't want to think about it. I'm glad we kind of had that week off before the Super Bowl because I don't want to deal with it. But sheesh, I don't know. My whole thing is I'm really kind of feeling more for like the franchise themselves, and I'm really glad you asked this question because this is something that I often think about a lot that the media doesn't think about a lot. I'm thinking about this is a team, you know, they've gone four seasons into the season thinking like, okay, we're gonna win the like you know, like us, we go into the Georgia Tech season thinking we're gonna win ACC, we're gonna win national championship. So this is this is a team who's done that. And they do this. They have a great regular season all this time. You know, Josh Allen comes short of the individual accolades a lot. You know, hasn't won MVP yet. Likely going to win it this year, or whatever. But he comes short of the accolades a lot. And the fact that they keep going and they keep getting to this spot. Like, imagine if we kept getting to the ACC championship and lost it 4 times in a row. Like, for me, like I kind of feel for these players a little bit more, and specifically somebody like Josh, like. His legacy is really being tarnished right now just because like a team of dominance, like Kansas City just consistently gets it done. So I don't know, like it's very annoying. I can't stand it. And at this point, as a Bills fan, I wonder like if it wasn't this year, like do we get it done ever? You know what I'm saying? Like because I really felt good about this year. I felt really optimistic, and like Jalen said, Josh just keep balling out. So. I don't know. I really feel for them, man. It's a tough situation for sure.
Well, it's just crazy because like the Bills franchise as a whole in the '90s, they made 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all. Also, so it's like what? When are the Bills gonna get their time? Like, but then again, it's like we're looking so much into the finite. It's like they might do something even more.
You got to think that like not only did they had the four Super Bowl. Then they're in the AFC East with the Patriots. So they had to sit there and witness, you know, the whole Tom Brady dynasty. And then they finally get to this point where, you know, it's recent that they're having divisional success and keep doing their thing in the division. But, you know, now just can't finish it and can't get it done. Yeah. So.
On the topic of sports, go check out my man Baby Jokic, almost triple-double.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know when this is going to be posted, but it should be most recent. Baby Jokic in the flesh.
Yes, sir. I do be hooping, man. I be going crazy. We play intramurals every Thursday, so definitely check out those videos. Definitely tune them out. But, you know, like, you mentioned it, bringing that Josh Allen up. It kind of brought me onto a topic that I'm definitely interested in y'all's insight on. So, we as athletes, we get to know each other personally.
Yeah.
But, you know, as fans, it's just a number to most of these people. Or, I mean, we're just a number, you know, maybe just a first and last name. Yeah. Not really a face, not really thinking of personality and all that. So, with it being kind of, you know, the NFL or combine time, you know, everybody's getting prepared for the NFL and everything. I just want to hear y'all's thoughts. And you, especially trying to get into the sports agency realm, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on how do y'all feel about the people, you know, who put so much into football and come up, you know, just short, or, you know, they're really on the edge and they don't make it this year, so they come back and train for a year, and you're still getting kind of questionable. Just like, what are your thoughts on those people?
Well, I got an example, but I'm not going to name drop, but he's a close friend, and that happened to him this recently. Mm-hmm. So, I mean... He went ghost for a while, wouldn't return phone calls. I ain't gonna say emails because I ain't email. He wouldn't return phone calls or text messages, even Snapchats. And I knew because like he called one time, he FaceTimed me, and I was on the way to fish, and he was happy, and I could just tell in his spirit like he just wasn't where he wanted to be, and like I mean like you just said, going from being the guy in college, and then you go to the combine era, and then you just come up this short because maybe you didn't have a quick enough 40, maybe you didn't have a great enough 5-10-5, maybe your L drill wasn't perfect, maybe your Indy drills wasn't good enough, maybe you couldn't catch good enough to them. Mm-hmm. Just one little thing. Maybe your hairline didn't look right. I mean,
interviews, interview questions.
Jeez, but like, yeah, man, he wasn't himself. He disappeared for a while, and I felt for him. But then I seen on his page, like he found someone, like Like he's ready to start. You feel me? Like growing with that person. And bro, he's doing way better now. So like I think what it is, it goes back to your previous topic on how it's bigger than football, and we're not just like a number. Like we're not just football players. We have other things that we're capable of doing, and like he's diving into that part of his life now, and I'm happy for him. But like man, yeah, I felt for him. It was bad. It was bad to see him like that. Because for me, like I told you, like I'm not. Heck yeah, I want to go to the league. Who doesn't? But like I didn't come into this thing like, oh, it's do or die.
League or bust,
Yeah, like nah, man. So yeah, that's my piece on it.
I feel like it goes back to why we have to be rooted in something so much bigger than the sport that we play, because we're not always going to get the results that we want. Like, how do you think Mark Andrews feels right now? If he was rooted in football and winning the Super Bowl, he might not be alive today. Like, I'm not going to lie. He's a man of faith, and just seeing his page, I'm like, dog, like, I'm just so blessed that you, and happy that you were able to move on from that, because so much negativity comes with what happened, and you have to move on. And I feel like that's why I'm trying to bring to the sports agency world.
Yeah.
A lot of sports agents are the same. They just think that their player's a number, and they want to capitalize enough off of their players so they can make a living. I feel like I'm trying to bring an aspect, a godly aspect, like I care for y'all. Y'all are so much more than y'all sport. Let's take care of y'all families for generations to come, to where even if your sport's not working out the way you want it to, if you don't end your career in the Hall of Fame, if you don't make it to the league, you're still going to be in a position where you're set up for life. You have a job. Your kids won't have to worry about what meal they're going to eat next. You're not going broke, and just have a sense of, I'm bigger than the sport that I play. I play the sport. The sport doesn't play me. I don't need the sport. The sport needs me. Like just putting it, like the phone, like your phone doesn't control you. You control the phone. Of course, we can sit on our phone 20 hours a day, but no, let's put the phone down. You're in complete control of it. So just, you're more than an athlete. And just because you don't get the results you wanted in that particular facet, the work you put in, the process applies to so many other things in life. We can't be addicted to the result. We need to be addicted to, like Jamin has been talking about, learning the process, trusting the process, and taking it all in and applying that to other aspects of our life.
And that was just a question I wanted to ask you, just because you know, we do have a chance to have a fresh audience here, and it's something that I think it's the most, you know, under-mentioned thing ever. Just how much like certain circumstances affects us athletes. Like, you know, when we play a bad game or something like that, like we're already having to deal with it internally.
Yeah.
But now, you know, especially with the realm of social media and everything, think about like all the death threats and people in comments like you were saying.
The most trending hashtag was kill Mark Andrews.
Oh, Martin Luther King Day. Like, people were caring more about Mark Andrews than Martin Luther King.
I had one when we lost against Syracuse. I got this, it was like actually 2 on Instagram. Like, you know the request, right?
Yeah.
Some guy with like 2 followers is like bad, going crazy. I'm sitting there thinking like, bro, only ran down on punt and punt. Like, I ain't even played for real. I'm on special teams. And you trying to send a hit out on me. So imagine like with somebody with that much notoriety, man. Like I know it's probably crazy. But if I'm being completely honest, man, half of them people don't even be on social media.
Yeah.
They got somebody running it for them. So
you talking to their manager.
Yeah, like, bro, he's not even reading it. Like, his social media manager is reading that stuff. So like, I think that's the reason why we rarely have problems with, like, well, not even problems, like situations where athletes are dealing with that type of stuff, because they rarely even run their accounts. Now Pat Mahomes, on the other hand, I see he runs his majority of the time. But like Shannon Sharp, that's a great example. Bro, he don't run his accounts. You know what happened to him when he was logged in? Yep. That whole little scandal went on. Yep. So, like, use him as an example. Like, that's a great example.
He's not too familiar with Instagram.
But let me ask the audience, like, say y'all are those people who are taking the time out of your day to DM a player and thoughts. What do you gain from that?
Nothing. And you really aren't thinking about like the impact it can have. Like, you're just mindlessly behind your anonymous screen, just saying whatever's on your mind. But here is somebody, with values already going through things. Like, and I mentioned it in my other videos. Y'all forget, we're not just athletes, we're student athletes. And for our case, particularly at a school like Georgia Tech, like, it's already a lot on our plate, socially, academically, athletically, and then